The history of Rio de Janeiro, from indigenous roots to global metropolis. Thank you for watching the most beautiful stories from Brazil. Follow our channel to watch more. Isso nos ajuda a manter produzindo conteúdos. The indigenous foundations long before European explorers arrived, the region we now know as Rio de Janeiro was home to the Tupi, Guarani, and other indigenous peoples. These groups lived along the coast and in the forests, thriving on fishing, hunting, and agriculture. The lush natural environment, marked by dramatic mountains and sparkling bays, provided an ideal setting for these communities to establish their way of life. They named the bay Guanabara, meaning the bosom of the sea, in the Tupi language. The arrival of Europeans in January 1502, Portuguese explorers, led by André Gonçalves and guided by Amerigo Vespucci, sailed into the Guanabara Bay. Mistaking it for the mouth of a large river, they named the area Rio de Janeiro, or River of January. The strategic location of the bay attracted European attention, sparking conflicts between the Portuguese and the French, who sought to exploit the region for its natural resources. Foundation of Rio de Janeiro, 1565. In 1565, Estácio de Sá, a Portuguese soldier and explorer, founded the city of São Sebastião do Rio de Janeiro. This act aimed to secure Portuguese control and expel French settlers, who had established the short-lived France Antarctique colony in the area. The Portuguese allied with local indigenous groups to defeat the French and their native allies, ensuring their dominance over the region. Rio as a colonial port, Rio de Janeiro quickly became a critical port for the Portuguese Empire. Sugarcane plantations in the surrounding areas relied on the labor of enslaved Africans, making the city a hub for the transatlantic slave trade. The port facilitated the export of sugar and later gold and diamonds discovered in Minas Gerais. By the 18th century, Rio had grown significantly, eclipsing other colonial cities like Salvador to become the capital of the colony in 1763. The royal court's arrival, 1808, the early 19th century marked a turning point in Rio's history. In 1808, the Portuguese royal family, fleeing Napoleon's invasion of Portugal, arrived in Rio de Janeiro. King João VI transformed the city into the de facto capital of the Portuguese Empire, establishing institutions such as the National Library and the Botanical Garden. This period brought modernization and cultural enrichment to the city, laying the groundwork for its future growth. Independence and imperial glory. After Brazil's independence in 1822, Rio de Janeiro became the capital of the Empire of Brazil under Emperor Pedro I and later his son, Pedro II. The city flourished as a cultural and political center, hosting major events and attracting intellectuals, artists, and innovators. The construction of railways and modernization projects further connected Rio to the interior of the country. The Republican era and urban transformations. The proclamation of the Republic in 1889 marked another shift in Rio's development. During the early 20th century, the city underwent significant urban transformations under Mayor Pereira Passos. Inspired by Paris, Rio embraced wide boulevards, modern sanitation systems, and grand public buildings. However, this period also displaced many working-class residents, leading to the growth of favelas on the city's hillsides. Cultural renaissance and global recognition. In the 20th century, Rio de Janeiro became synonymous with Brazilian culture. It was the birthplace of samba and the bossa nova movement, and its iconic carnival became a symbol of joy and creativity. The city's landmarks, such as the Christ the Redeemer statue, completed in 1931, and the Sugarloaf Mountain, gained worldwide fame. Although Brasilia replaced Rio as the capital in 1960, the city retained its status as Brazil's cultural and tourism hub. Challenges and resilience. In the modern era, the late 20th and early 21st centuries brought challenges to Rio, including socio-economic inequality, urban violence, and environmental concerns. Despite these issues, the city hosted major global events, such as the 2014 FIFA World Cup and the 2016 Summer Olympics, showcasing its resilience and capacity for reinvention. A city of contrasts and beauty. Today, Rio de Janeiro remains a city of contrasts, where stunning natural beauty coexists with urban complexity. Its beaches, mountains, and cultural vibrancy continue to attract millions of visitors annually. As Rio looks toward the future, it strives to balance modernization with its rich heritage, ensuring it remains a global icon of diversity, creativity, and resilience. Rio de Janeiro, a modern portrait of Brazil's marvelous city Rio de Janeiro, affectionately known as the Cidade Maravilhosa, or Marvelous City, is a place of captivating beauty and rich contrasts. Nestled between lush mountains and the Atlantic Ocean, it remains one of the world's most iconic urban landscapes. With a population of over 6 million residents in the city proper and more than 13 million in the greater metropolitan area, Rio stands as Brazil's second-largest city and a global symbol of culture, resilience, and creativity. Geography and natural beauty. Rio's natural environment is unparalleled. The city is framed by dramatic peaks such as the Sugarloaf Mountain and the Corcovado, home to the famous Christ the Redeemer statue, one of the new seven wonders of the world. Its urban layout intertwines with vast green spaces like the Tijuca National Park, one of the largest urban forests on the planet, offering a haven for biodiversity and a popular retreat for outdoor enthusiasts. The city's coastline boasts some of the most famous beaches in the world, including Copacabana, Ipanema, and Barra de Tijuca, where locals and tourists alike enjoy sunbathing, surfing, and beach soccer. These beaches serve as vital social hubs, reflecting Rio's vibrant, outdoor-oriented culture. Rio is a cultural powerhouse in the modern era. Rio de Janeiro continues to be Brazil's cultural heart. The city is a melting pot of influences, reflected in its music, dance, and cuisine. Samba, which originated in Rio's favelas, remains the soul of the city, while bossa nova, with its smooth rhythms, embodies Rio's laid-back sophistication. Every February, the city transforms into a global stage for Carnival, the world's largest street festival. The parades at the Sambadrome, featuring elaborate floats and dazzling costumes, showcase the creativity and passion of Rio's samba schools. Rio also hosts a vibrant arts scene. The Municipal Theatre, with its stunning architecture, continues to host opera, ballet, and symphonic concerts. Modern cultural centers like the Museum of Tomorrow and the Rio Art Museum highlight the city's commitment to innovation and contemporary art. Economy and innovation. Rio is a critical player in Brazil's economy. While the city has historically relied on its role as a port and tourist destination, its modern economy is more diverse. Rio is home to major oil and gas companies, as it is close to offshore petroleum reserves in the Campos and Santos basins. It also has a thriving creative economy, with industries like film, advertising, and fashion contributing to its global reputation. In recent years, Rio has embraced innovation, hosting technology conferences and investing in startups. The Porto Maravilha project, which revitalized the port area, is now a hub for technology, culture, and business, attracting entrepreneurs from around the world. The social fabric, contrasts and community. Rio de Janeiro's social structure is defined by its contrasts. On one side, luxurious neighborhoods like Leblon and Lagoa offer high-end living with upscale shops and world-class restaurants. On the other side, the city's favelas, such as Racina and Vidigal, highlight ongoing challenges with poverty and inequality. However, these communities are also centers of innovation, entrepreneurship, and cultural expression. Many favelas have become symbols of resilience, with social projects, eco-tourism initiatives, and artistic movements transforming perceptions. The people of Rio, known as Cariocas, are celebrated for their warmth, creativity, and zest for life. Whether playing beach volleyball, enjoying a roda de samba, or gathering at local bars known as botecos, Cariocas embody the spirit of community and joy. Challenges facing Rio today. Despite its beauty and vibrancy, Rio faces significant challenges. Urban violence, often linked to gang activity and drug trafficking, remains a concern in certain areas. The city has also grappled with economic instability, exacerbated by national crises. Environmental concerns, including deforestation in urban green spaces and pollution in Guanabara Bay, are pressing issues that require sustainable solutions. In response, both local government and grassroots organizations are working to address these problems. Initiatives like pacifying police units, UPPs, aim to reduce violence in favelas, while community-led programs focus on education, social inclusion, and environmental conservation. Rio is a global city. Despite its challenges, Rio continues to shine on the global stage. It successfully hosted the 2014 FIFA World Cup and the 2016 Summer Olympics, demonstrating its ability to organize large-scale international events. These occasions brought significant investments in infrastructure, including new transportation systems like the VLT, light rail, and the modernization of Galeão International Airport. Tourism remains a cornerstone of Rio's global identity. Visitors flock to the city for its iconic landmarks, vibrant nightlife, and natural beauty. The Solaran Steps, a colorful mosaic staircase, and the lively neighborhood of Lapa are must-see attractions. Meanwhile, ecotourism and adventure sports, like hang gliding from Pedra Bonita or hiking to Pedra de Agorvia, draw thrill-seekers from around the world. Sustainability and the future. Rio is increasingly focusing on sustainability as it looks to the future. Projects aimed at cleaning up Guanabara Bay and preserving the Tijuca forest are critical to maintaining its ecological balance. Urban farming initiatives, bike-sharing programs, and investments in renewable energy reflect the city's commitment to environmental stewardship. The city is also exploring ways to make tourism more sustainable by promoting lesser-known attractions and reducing the environmental footprint of large events. As Rio modernizes, it strives to ensure that progress benefits all its residents, not just a select few. Conclusion: a city like no other. Rio de Janeiro is a city of incredible beauty, complexity, and dynamism. Its breathtaking natural landscapes, rich cultural traditions, and resilient spirit make it a place like no other. While it faces challenges, its people remain optimistic, innovative, and deeply connected to their city's unique identity. For anyone who visits Rio, the experience is unforgettable. From the golden sands of Ipanema to the vibrant energy of Carnival, Rio offers moments of wonder and joy that linger long after the journey ends. It is a city that thrives on contrast, where mountains meet the sea, and tradition blends with modernity. Truly, Rio de Janeiro is, and will always be, a marvelous city. Thank you for watching the most beautiful stories from Brazil. Follow our channel to watch more. This helps us keep producing content.